Chosen one, I have significant news for you. Your isolation is not a random occurrence. There is a profound reason behind it. Understanding the reasons for your solitude is essential. Being alone may seem unexpected or even undesirable, but it is often more than a mere coincidence for those who are chosen. This period of isolation is a divine arrangement, carefully designed for a higher purpose. It's crucial to see this time of solitude not as a punishment, but as a hidden blessing. God uses isolation to create a special environment where distractions are minimized. In our daily lives, we are frequently surrounded by both literal and figurative noise, which can cloud our judgment and divert our focus from spiritual growth. By being alone, chosen ones can find a peace and clarity that is otherwise difficult to achieve. This peaceful state is essential for deep introspection and for hearing God's voice more distinctly. During this time, chosen ones have the opportunity to strengthen their faith. In the absence of others, they learn to rely solely on God's guidance and provision. This dependence fosters a deeper trust in God, reinforcing the belief that He is always present, even in solitude. It is a period of spiritual refinement where faith is tested and fortified. Isolation, often seen as a period of loneliness or abandonment, can paradoxically become fertile ground for profound spiritual awakening. Removed from the distractions and noise of everyday life, the chosen ones find themselves in sacred solitude, where divine whispers become clearer and more resonant. In this solitary journey, stripped of external validations and worldly pursuits, the chosen ones confront their deepest fears, doubts, and desires. They face their true selves, peeling away layers of ego and pretense to reveal their pure essence. It is here, in the quiet embrace of isolation, that spiritual awakening blossoms like a seed planted in fertile soil, nurtured by the gentle hand of the divine. The chosen ones awaken to a heightened awareness of their interconnectedness with all beings and the universe itself. Through this awakening, they discover a profound sense of purpose and clarity of vision. No longer bound by the limitations of the material world, they perceive life through the lens of love, compassion, and divine wisdom. One of the key reasons God may place chosen ones in isolation is to eliminate distractions from their lives. In our everyday environment, we are constantly bombarded with various forms of distractions, whether social interactions, media, work pressures, or even our own thoughts. These distractions can significantly hinder spiritual growth and obscure the clarity needed to understand and pursue one's divine purpose. When God calls someone to be alone, He creates a space where these external influences are minimized. This isolation is an opportunity for chosen ones to step away from the noise and busyness that characterize modern life. Without the constant barrage of external stimuli, they can focus more intently on their spiritual journey. This undistracted time allows them to listen more closely to God's voice, discerning His will without the interference of worldly concerns. This period of reduced distractions also encourages introspection. Chosen ones have the chance to look within, examining their thoughts, beliefs, and actions more closely. It is a time to reflect on their spiritual state and identify areas where growth is needed. By eliminating distractions, God provides chosen ones with a clearer perspective on their lives and spiritual path, helping them prioritize what truly matters. In the absence of external demands and distractions, chosen ones can realign their focus on their relationship with God. This prioritization is crucial for spiritual growth, as it reinforces the importance of divine connection over worldly engagements. It also aids in understanding and embracing their divine calling with greater clarity and commitment. Ego often stands as a barrier between individuals and their spiritual growth. It encompasses pride, the need for validation, and the desire for control. In isolation, chosen ones are stripped of external validation and support, creating an environment where the ego can be dismantled and humility can flourish. When people are surrounded by others, they often receive feedback and validation that can inflate the ego. Compliments, social status, and recognition can lead to pride and a distorted self-image. Isolation removes these external sources of validation, compelling chosen ones to look inward and confront their true selves. This confrontation is essential for breaking down the ego, as it reveals areas where pride and self-importance have taken root. In the absence of others, chosen ones are forced to rely on God's validation rather than human approval. This shift is crucial for spiritual growth, They learn that their worth is not determined by worldly measures, but by their relationship with God. This understanding fosters a deeper sense of humility, as they recognize that true value comes from being aligned with God's will rather than seeking external accolades. Spiritual warfare refers to the battles that occur in the spiritual realm, where forces of good and evil clash. These battles can manifest as challenges, temptations, or opposition that chosen ones must face as they pursue their divine purpose. Isolation serves as a training ground, equipping them with the spiritual fortitude and discernment needed to navigate these battles successfully. During isolation, chosen ones have the opportunity to strengthen their spiritual resilience. Removed from the distractions and support systems of daily life, they learn to rely more heavily on God for strength and guidance. This dependence fosters a deeper spiritual connection and builds the inner fortitude necessary to withstand spiritual attacks. Isolation also sharpens the discernment of chosen ones. In the quiet and solitude, they can better perceive the subtle influences of the spiritual realm. Faith is a fundamental aspect of the spiritual journey, and its true depth and resilience often become evident only in times of solitude and challenge. During these times, chosen ones learn to rely solely on God's guidance and provision, fostering a deeper and more enduring trust in Him. When chosen ones are alone, they face unique challenges. These challenges test their faith in ways that ordinary life may not. Without the usual support systems of friends, family, or community, they must turn to God for comfort, wisdom, and strength. This reliance on God alone reinforces the belief that He is always present and capable, regardless of the circumstances. This solitude allows chosen ones to hear God's voice more clearly. In these quiet moments, they can develop a more profound and personal relationship with Him. This intimacy with God is crucial for strengthening faith because it builds a direct and unmediated connection. Chosen ones learn to recognize and trust God's presence and voice, which is essential for navigating their spiritual path. God often uses periods of isolation to position chosen ones for a breakthrough. While isolation can feel like a period of stagnation or setback, it is actually a time of profound preparation. During this time, God is actively working to mold and shape chosen ones, preparing them for significant advancements and new opportunities in their lives. This period of focused growth is crucial for preparing them to handle the responsibilities and challenges that come with their breakthrough. Isolation is also a time for healing and renewal. Chosen ones can address past wounds, traumas, and unresolved issues that may hinder their progress. By working through these issues in solitude, they emerge stronger and more resilient. This healing process is essential for ensuring that they are ready to embrace new opportunities without being held back by past baggage. One profound reason why God may place chosen ones in isolation is to facilitate a deeper, more intimate connection with Him. In our busy, interconnected lives, it can be challenging to find the time and space necessary for fostering a close relationship with God. Isolation removes these barriers, allowing chosen ones to focus solely on their spiritual growth and communion with the divine. Isolation provides a unique opportunity for uninterrupted time with God. Without the distractions of daily life such as work, social obligations, and entertainment, chosen ones can devote more time to prayer, meditation, and reading sacred texts. This dedicated time allows for a deeper understanding of God's Word and a stronger connection to His presence. Regular, focused spiritual practices help to build a more intimate and consistent relationship with God. During isolation, the absence of social interactions and external validation shifts the focus inward. Chosen ones are encouraged to seek God's approval and love rather than that of others. This shift is crucial for deepening their relationship with God, as it helps them understand that their worth and identity are rooted in their divine connection. Recognizing God's unconditional love fosters a profound sense of belonging and acceptance. In solitude, chosen ones can also experience heightened sensitivity to God's voice. The quiet and stillness of isolation create an environment where they can hear God's guidance more clearly. Without the noise and chaos of the outside world, they become more attuned to the subtle promptings of the Holy Spirit. This enhanced spiritual sensitivity is essential for discerning God's will and direction for their lives. In the world, there are countless influences that can corrupt and defile one's mind, heart, and spirit. Through isolation, God creates a protective environment where chosen ones can preserve their purity and innocence, ensuring they remain untainted by the negative influences around them. Isolation provides a sanctuary away from the moral and spiritual decay prevalent in society. In this space, chosen ones are shielded from temptations and pressures that might otherwise lead them astray. Without the constant exposure to harmful influences, they can focus on cultivating virtues and maintaining a lifestyle that aligns with their divine calling. During isolation, chosen ones have the opportunity to cleanse their minds and hearts from the impurities they may have accumulated. This period of solitude allows for deep introspection and repentance. They can identify and root out negative thoughts, behaviors, and habits that do not serve their spiritual well-being. Through prayer, meditation, and reflection, they purify their inner selves, becoming more aligned with God's will. Isolation also encourages chosen ones to adopt a more disciplined and holy lifestyle. With fewer distractions, they can establish and maintain spiritual routines that promote purity. Regular practices such as prayer, fasting, and studying sacred texts help to strengthen their spiritual resolve and keep their focus on God. These disciplines act as a safeguard, reinforcing their commitment to a pure and righteous life. The period of isolation that chosen ones may experience is a profound and purposeful phase in their spiritual journey. While it can be challenging and sometimes painful, it is important to recognize it as a divine arrangement designed for growth, preparation, and a deeper connection with God. Each aspect of this solitude serves a vital role in molding chosen ones into who they are meant to be. Thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe to Spiritualogs for more insightful videos.